We actually met on the app Hinge, the app that's meant to be deleted. Our first date was supposed to be at J. Timothy's, but then they were closed, so we ended up at Buffalo Wild Wings last minute. We were there for a few hours. We actually felt bad for our waiter.
4 hours, 5 hours?
We felt bad for our waiter because we were there for a really long time. First impression on the app was a little different because his pictures, he wore his shirts with the button all the way, like polo shirts all the way up to the top. It looked so uncomfortable, but I was like, all right, let's see what happens. It was like, he looks kind of cute. And then when we went out, we had a really good time and everything. His button wasn't all the way up to the top, so it was okay. But I have a habit of judging people by their cars. So as we're leaving, the date's over, we're out for like 4 or 5 hours. He leaves and I let him go first, and I was driving a Toyota Tacoma at the time, and then he pulls out in this little red Fiat clown car, and I was just shaking my head. I was like, oh no. This isn't gonna go well. He's driving away in this little red clown car, and I was like, here we go. I was like, that was a nice first date. It's gonna end here, but okay.
On Hinge, she was a person that, was very busy as she works in film and television. So they have, 16-hour work days. So there was a hot moment there where I was sort of ready to move on. I decided to give it, one last chance. Oh, she was so much different in person, so much more energy. 10,000% more energy in person.
He wouldn't kiss me, like goodbye. And I was just like, man, I'm like, am I like a friend zone now? Like, Jesus, he would not kiss me for a long time. It was just like, and I was like giving him all the signals to like kiss me. Would not happen. And it's like, I like literally had to finally ask, what is going on? Why won't you kiss me? And then he like gave me like the biggest kiss like ever. He just like slapped it on me. And all of a sudden he's downstairs, I'm upstairs leaving. And all of a sudden he just blurts out, I love you. And I'm just standing at the door. This is the first time he said it. I'm standing at the door and I'm like, do I say it back? Do I just leave? What do I do? And I'm just standing at the door, just like panic stricken of like, what do I do? I'm like, so I wait a few seconds and then I'm like, I love you too. And then like ran out the door.
Maybe I didn't pick up on the signals at the start, but I mean, it's what us guys are known for though, right? Is not being able to read the signals, and I'm guilty of that too. I'm guilty as charged. She's a very big Harry Potter fan, and there was a game that came out, Hogwarts Legacy. It was very, very highly celebrated. I had that up on the TV, and I had sort of like one of the suitcases that they had, and inside the suitcase was a bunch of, I put in like treasures. Harry Potter themed treasures in there. And the ring was the last thing on it. That was like, I labeled that as like a magic ring. I portrayed it as like a magical ring of some kind of enchantment. I made it very clear that this was a proposal.
Yeah, by then I knew what was happening.
Yeah. I sort of got in a character, if that sort of makes sense. I was a character in the universe.
Yeah, from the beginning, he's like, "Are you ready to go on an adventure?" And like that's how he started it with like the game, and then he gave me the Harry Potter suitcase that he's talking about. It's a purse that's shaped like the trunk of Harry Potter, and inside I'm a Ravenclaw. That's my house. So everything that was in the suitcase was Ravenclaw themed.
I did my research.
And then the ring, my ring box is says adventure on it. And so like when he gave me the ring box, he opened it up, and it's cute. It actually flips so that the ring turns from sideways and goes straight.
Yeah, it says let the adventure begin.
Yeah, let the adventure begin.
And I mean those words.
He gave me the ring box, and I'm holding it. I was like, "You're really doing this now?"
Right now.
And he goes, "Yes, right now." And I was just like, why? That was my response. And so he took it out of the box and he put it on my finger, and he's like, "So you ready to go on an adventure with me?" And I was like, I started tearing up a little bit. I was like, yes.
What do I love most about Amanda? I think maybe what I love most is that she knows how to take the major moments in our relationship seriously, give them the respect that they deserve, where maybe I might just think of them as like another day. For instance, the illustration, that's a big thing. That's something that I walk past every day and makes me smile. And I wouldn't have that had she not immortalized it.
Greg is very good at taking care of me and knowing how to love me when I can't always love myself. If I've been really busy doing something, or like if I was at work really late, he would come and make me dinner, or offer to make dinner, or even if I didn't even have to ask, he would just bring it. Especially like when we were first just dating, he would just stop by the house and be like, "Here, I made you dinner." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, thank you. I haven't eaten in like 2 days," because I was just exhausted and couldn't manage to just like boil water for pasta. I love when he because most guys don't do it anymore, but he has a really good habit of like opening the doors and shutting the doors for me, like even on the car and everything. I love when he does that. It's super cute and super sweet. He snores incessantly. I can't stand it. I'm always constantly he's like, "Wake me up if I'm snoring." So I'll wake him, and then he'll go, and then he'll just start snoring again.
She just takes off.
Oh.
Okay? If when she leaves the house, she'll just take off. So you just hear the door close, she's gone. I gotta race up and go, "I love you." But it extends to everywhere. Like if we're in a shopping plaza or anything like that, once she's done with an area, she just takes off.
The most exciting part of our wedding day, I think, was just the anticipation and just getting ready, especially since my dress had changed last minute. Our wedding squad was so eager to help get everything ready, especially since we were getting eloping at EDC. Our tent mates were really good, and they were trying to help make sure everything was good to go and that I had everything that I needed.
They did a very good job.
Our wedding squad, I think that was the best thing, having our wedding squad there and having them help keep me calm, and having so many people there and to help me get ready and just keep the vibe good. It was really great, because we had a different group of people with us this year than we've had in the past, so it was really nice.
So on the wedding day, I was nervous about what I was gonna wear and how I was gonna wear it, because her dress changed last minute, so mine kind of needed to as well.
We had a little hiccup because he's helping me put my boots on, and then my boots got snagged in my nylons, and then I was like, "Wait, no, don't pull my boot," and then he yanks my boot off and then rips my nylons, and then I'm freaking out. Thankfully you couldn't see it because I had something that was covering it, but stuff like that happened, but it wasn't the end of the world. But at the time I was freaking out, so it was just little stuff like that.
Yeah.
But overall, my dress getting lost had been the big thing, and it was just little things after that. But once we got to the chapel and we were standing there and he was at the end of the aisle and I was at the top, it was just that was it. Like, we were ready. We knew what was happening. We felt good at that point.
I ended up going with Taste of You by Rez. So I had to pick for something that was on my phone. So I ended up picking 242 miles per hour by, I think, Ruser or whatever, just because I knew that was a really upbeat song. I had to cut that all on my phone 30 minutes before, no, not even 30 minutes, before we were going to have our ceremony.
I cried during the vows.
Yeah. No, she's definitely more likely to cry during the vows.
Greg has taught me how to be less self-sufficient and not to have to rely on him, but that I'm able to rely on him more and less on myself, which has been very hard for me. But that he's there for me, and that I don't have to do everything by myself. We have a untold life together and a whole book of fairy tales to fill. And it's an actual adventure.
Yep.
We get to fill.
That's what I promised.
We get to fill our adventure together.
Yep.
That's what you promised me. So we get to write our own adventure, and you know, we have a whole space in which to do that. Yes.
Mwah.